For the last 2 years, the AirPods Pro Gen 2 have been my ride or die earbuds. Through long flights, gym sessions, deep work sessions, and even to bed. These things have not left my side. But now the PowerBeats Pro 2 have been released, and Apple claim these are the most advanced earbuds they've ever made. So can they dethrone the king of earbuds? Let's find out. Welcome back to the Feel Productive channel. My name's Ez, and on this channel, we explore tech through the lens of productivity. Let's get into it. Okay, so there are broadly speaking 6 categories that I look for when thinking about earbuds and my productivity, and I'm going to go through each one of these in this video. It's probably worth noting that given the Beats are also made by Apple, they both have Apple's latest H2 chip in them. So in terms of features, they are quite similar. Both have improved active noise cancellation and adaptive transparency mode. Both have Find My support. Both have seamless device switching between different Apple devices. Both support personalized spatial audio if you're into that kind of thing. So there's a lot of similarity there, but for me, there's still one really obvious winner. So when it comes to focus and noise cancellation, I put these through different environments, both inside and outside. And honestly, neither of them did an amazing job, and the performance of both were very, very similar. So if you're in a loud, noisy coffee shop, for example, both will suppress the noise fairly okay, but it won't cut the noise out completely. These aren't like over-ear headphones. They're not going to passively seal your ears from all of the sounds around you. I'd say the AirPods Pro 2 were maybe 5 or 10% more effective in most situations. I had my Hoover on downstairs, for example, and it definitely cut out more of the noise, particularly when the Hoover was close by. But really, if you were just gonna base it on noise cancellation, I'd call it a draw. But actually, the transparency mode on the AirPods Pro are so much better than these. In fact, when I have transparency mode on and off, I can barely tell the difference with these. I don't quite understand why, because it's got the same H2 chip. The performance of the noise cancellation is similar. If I had to choose one in this category, it would be the AirPods Pro Gen 2. So when it comes to battery life, the PowerBeats Pro 2 are advertised at having up to 10 hours on a single charge and 45 hours in total with the charging case. However, that's without active noise cancellation on, which I think is really naughty that that's what's advertised. When it's on, those numbers change from 8 hours on a single charge and 28 hours in total with the charging case, which actually is really similar to the AirPods Pro. The AirPods Pro have 6 hours on a single charge with noise cancellation on and 30 hours in total with the charging case. Not to mention that the AirPods Pro case is also considerably smaller and much more portable than the PowerBeats, and also has MagSafe wireless charging rather than just Qi wireless charging, which these have. Doesn't make a massive difference, but what it means is that you have to be really careful in lining up the coils to make sure that you're efficiently charging these wirelessly. In some cases, actually, these haven't even fitted onto Qi wireless chargers that I have because it's just too big. So even though on a single charge, the PowerBeats Pro slightly edge out the AirPods overall give you a better battery life with 30 hours versus 28. And so I'm going to edge it to the AirPods Pro 2 simply because it's very unlikely I'm going to keep these earbuds in my ear for more than 6 hours at a time. When it comes to comfort and long work sessions, the PowerBeats Pro 2 have up to 5 different sized ear tips which help you get just the right fit into your ears. I think the AirPods have 4, so it's really similar, and you can do an ear tip test on the iPhone to see just how well each earbud fits into your ears. With the PowerBeats, I got some really random results doing that test. Sometimes it would say one ear was fine and one wasn't, and then it'd say the opposite. But once I got it right, these things seemed to work okay for a couple of hours during work. They were perfectly serviceable. I'd say after a couple of hours, the wings started to kind of dig into my ears a little bit, which felt uncomfortable, but you're very unlikely to be having them on for more than a couple of hours at a time when working. One thing I didn't find intuitive though were the on-device buttons. So if you want to play or pause, you have to press them into your ear, which felt kind of silly. And also if you want to change the volume, you've got to find the volume button, which is kind of awkward and you can't see it. So it just feels really unintuitive. Whereas the gesture controls on the AirPods are really quick. I'm really used to them and they just work. So you're probably seeing a pattern here, but in terms of comfort for long sessions, these definitely go to the AirPods Pro Gen 2. By the way, if you're enjoying this content so far, please do give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. You know you want to. When it comes to mic quality for calls, this is a super important feature for me because I've always got these earbuds in my ears and I'm often on Zoom calls or taking phone calls and they're already in my ear. So it'd be nice to just ensure that they can isolate my voice and that the person on the other side isn't struggling to hear what I'm saying. So here's a direct comparison between the AirPods Pro and the PowerBeats. Okay, so these are the PowerBeats Pro with my robot vacuum on, and it's really, really loud in here. So I'm wondering just how well the voice is isolated now that I've got basically like a drone sound in the background. Can you actually hear it? Is the mic picking it up? Okay, and the same thing here with the AirPods Pro 2. Again, the robot vacuum is just doing its thing. It's making a hell of a sound. And yeah, is this doing any better job than the PowerBeats in terms of isolating the sound and making it sound like I'm in a house full of silence again? I do wonder. Let me know in the comments below what your conclusions are from this test. Okay, so these are the PowerBeats Pro 2. Currently, there's no sound at all in my house, so this is how they sound in complete silence. Let me know, do they sound as crispy and as clear as the AirPods Pro 2? And these are the AirPods Pro 2. How's the mic quality? Does it sound similar to the PowerBeats Pro 2? Again, my house is in complete silence. It is a bit echoey in here, but this is what they sound like if you were in a meeting and you were home alone and taking calls. Okay, so I'd say there isn't a night and day difference between the two, but there's definitely a difference. The PowerBeats Pro 2 does a better job giving a more fuller sound of my voice, both in silence and when it needs to isolate the voice. So I'd say it slightly edges this, but this one goes to the PowerBeats. When it comes to sound quality, the PowerBeats Pro 2 have a sound profile geared more towards bass heavy kind of music, a lot like other Beats devices. But where these really fall down is that there's such little clarity in the treble frequencies, and not even hip hop sounds good on these. I'd say they sound richer and fuller and smoother on the AirPods. Maybe with Beats headphones it makes more sense to have this kind of sound profile where you've got kind of like a fuller sound, but with earbuds it just felt really cheap and podcasts were almost completely unlistenable on these. So I guess because you can't change the EQ settings for either of these, you kind of got to take them at face value. And people who are going to buy the PowerBeats probably don't care about audio quality as much. But the AirPods are far, far better in terms of their versatility. They're great for things like podcasts as well, and just give you a far better frequency response across the whole spectrum rather than just being bass heavy. So I'm going to give these to the AirPods Pro 2. For fitness and mobility, there's obviously one clear winner here, and that's the PowerBeats Pro 2. And if you go on any of Apple's product pages, it's clear they're targeting athletes and fitness enthusiasts. And there are two key features that stand this out above the AirPods. The first are the ear tips, which obviously keep them more secure no matter what you're doing. And the second is the inbuilt heart rate sensors, which measure your heart rate by measuring your blood flow over 100 times per second. Now that's a really unique feature, but what I found curious was that if you've got an Apple Watch, then the Apple Health app will still read your Apple Watch over and above what readings it's getting from the buds. So it kind of makes it feel a bit weird, a bit pointless, to be honest with you. But yeah, these things are clearly better for like the gym and for running. But you know what? The AirPods are perfectly serviceable. They're perfectly fine for fitness. These have never really fallen out of my ears as long as you get the right fit. Clearly for this category, the PowerBeats Pro 2 wins out for sure. I feel like I've tried to be as balanced as possible, but I've just found very little reason why anyone would pay more money for a inferior sound and probably not as good transparency mode. Yes, you don't lose some of the other cool features that you can get with a H2 chip, but you can get all of them in the AirPods Pro 2 with a better sound and better transparency mode and just a less obtrusive way of putting earbuds into your ears. And honestly, you could probably still do most fitness related stuff with these anyway. If these were like $50 to $100 cheaper, I would say they're a much more compelling option then. But given that they don't feel particularly premium and they don't sound premium, it's a really, really hard one to justify. Apart from the heart rate monitor feature, which you might really care about, but I would imagine if you're that way inclined, you've either got an Apple Watch or you've got some other fitness tracker that already does that. And also the case is a lot bigger, it doesn't have MagSafe, it just doesn't feel like it's been priced correctly. And so if you're on the hunt and you're not sure about either one of these, and that's why you clicked on this video, it's not even close. Go with the AirPods Pro Gen 2 and it will give you a much better experience overall. But let me know, do you think I've been harsh? Do you have a pair of PowerBeats Pro 2 and you vehemently disagree with me? If you do, feel free to write that in the comments and let me know, has this video helped you with your purchasing decision? And if you want to see more premium but affordable Apple accessories, I'll leave a link to that video at the end of this one. I'll see you there.